Luke, you want mommy to do yours?
Oh, what? Maybe I'll try the other side.
Is it wet? So we have a project for you today. Many of you might have seen the Not So Scary Halloween Disney products have come out, and the Mickey inspired Halloween pillow is today's project because that pillow is super duper cute, and we're gonna do it in 3 colors for you. We're gonna do it in the classic white like Disney has it advertised. We're gonna do the orange, and we're gonna do kind of like a haunted mansion type, older glazed. We've got different colors for the eyes, and we have black yarn to do the threading. And I'm going to sew one with Luke and Dave, and then Jake's we're gonna hot glue together so I can show you how to do this project without a sewing machine, which makes it really easy. So you need 1/4 yard of your choice of fabric. That is for the pillow. And then you need 1 sheet of felt for the eyes and mouth, whatever color you want. We're doing black for the white pillow and this orangish color for the orange pillow. And then we have our yarn, just 1 big roll of black yarn. These are yarn needles. You don't have to do the yarn needles. If you hot glue it all together and you didn't want to do the yarn, you don't have to, but the yarn needles are great. Even Luke can use the yarn needles. We have black thread, white thread, hot glue, a hot glue gun, scissors, and I've made a pattern. It comes in 2 pieces. It gets taped together like this. And I have that posted on my Etsy page. So the Barbell Fam, I have it posted on my Etsy page. So on our Barbell Fam Etsy page, you can find this pattern for download, and you can make this pillow at home, and you can see how super simple it is and how adorable it is with your fall decor. You can do it in any color, as I'll show you, to match your house. So we're gonna get started right now. Each of the boys has their pattern. They're gonna cut it out. I'm gonna help Lukey with his, so that it's cut out on the lines.
And now it says tape here. So take this away. Now this stuff's like tape it on.
Tape there, so you just took and separate tape the pattern together right along the line so that it matches up in 2 spots before he cuts it out. It's an easy pattern, it really is. So Dave is holding up a picture, and that is the eyes, nose, and mouth.
Where do you put them?
He is going to cut those right now.
Where do
Get your pillow nice and even. And that's your main body of the pillow. You happy, big guy?
I also have your pillow.
Well, we gotta cut it on a fold. That's a good question. So if you're looking at your pattern pieces, they'll look like that now. So those are all your pattern pieces all laid out before we start cutting. So when I start with cutting out the smallest pieces because you're most likely to lose them. So we're starting with the eyes, nose, and mouth. You cut 2 of the eyes of the same color. Well, I guess you can cut any color you want, really, but we're gonna do the same color, a nose and a mouth. So that'll be our first thing, and we'll set that aside. So when you're done, you should have 1 little mouth, 1 little nose, and a doubled up for 2 eyes. And we can take the pins out of those. I usually keep the pins in place so that we don't forget what the pieces are. So our next step is we're gonna take our fabric, Luke is white, and we're gonna take the fabric, I'll show you, we're gonna take it, it's folded over once. This is actually a pillowcase that we're using for his, and I'm folding it in half. So essentially we'll be cutting the front and the back at the same time. So we'll take his little pattern, we have this pattern piece, and we just attach it on. It's attached onto the seam. I'm going to pin it in place. I'm just pinning this. I'm just going to pin it up at the top, one time on the side. Luke's helping me by getting me pins. You can see, here's Luke's. This is his main ghost piece. Good job. Now you can pin your pattern on, and you'll be ready to go.
This is my pattern, I think. Yeah.
And see, he's cutting it right on the fold so that he ends up with a front and back just like Lukey.
Okay, now where's the pins? Are there?
Lukey's looking at his. Kids are always impressed when they unfold it and they see that there's two whole pieces.
If this side's a ghost Mickey, that's. If this side's not ghost Mickey, this is size is that a ghost Mickey?
I am carefully pinning these two pieces together so the front and back match. And for Luke's, I'm going to actually do them inside out so that we have a really finished product so that it looks just like the picture on the Disney website. So just before we got to the end, I stopped so that I get this little tiny hole. So when I turn it, I can turn it right side out. So I have filler. Now I do something, if you want those really sharp Mickey ears to like really stick out, you do something called clipping your curves. So you just clip right at the corner, all the way in, just a little bit so that you get that nice curve. So you do the same thing over here. You just clip these curves, clip them right in the corner so that you get a nice tight end. You don't want to clip over your sewing, but enough to where your Mickey ear will fold. So just clip. I'm going to turn it right side out, and we're going to glue on the face. So I'm not going to stitch on the face. I'm going to do the stitching around the face. So I'm turning it right side out, just like this. It's really simple. Couple little shakes. And we're gonna glue on the face so that it's just easier. Hot gluing anything is easier than sewing it all. So I'm about to hot glue Jake's together. It's really easy. So if you are scared of the sewing project, we can just hot glue it. And Jake wants his done faster, so just put a line of glue going all the way around. So I do a little bit, then I take my pillow top and I lay it very carefully, matching it up right on top of the hot glue. And that will hold it. So I'm going to glue on the faces onto
Here's my
Luke's
face
and
first.
Jake's, just like this. We lay out the face exactly how we want it, and then we're able to glue it on. It seems like Luke might have put some fluff in here already. You go put that back. Go put that back, Luke. So we lay out the face. That way we know just how it's supposed to be. So this is how this one's gonna look. Here's the spot. Put a little glue and lay it back down. And here's Lukey's, ready to go. So Dave is going to glue on his face right now, and we can see that now. Going it on. Dave's older, so we're letting him glue his own. I glued Jacob's. And there you go. Now Dave's gonna sew his together. Pin it in place so that it stays as he stitches. Right, Dave? Mm-hmm. The fabric in, he puts the presser foot down. All of his needles are placed diagonally so that the sewing machine can stitch over them. The little boys are ready to stuff their pillows. They're gonna start. They have this big pile of polyfoil, and here we go. So to get that nice black outline that we see in the picture, I have yarn on a fat yarn needle, and Jake is just gonna sew in and out of his all the way around. This is a great sewing exercise for a kid his age. So he's just gonna sew around and out, and it'll just give it that black edge that you see in the picture. So since I'm doing Luke's, I'm doing a simple blanket stitch on the edge because that's what it shows in the picture, and it's a little more complicated, but for an adult who's making this or an older teen, it's not that bad. Veronica's finishing up the blanket stitching for me because I had to go get dinner ready. What do you think about blanket stitching this pillow? It's a lot harder than doing just a round stitch. Dave did a round stitch to his and he's done. And me and Veronica, it's taken us about an hour to do this blanket stitch, but it does look nice. And it looks like the picture. So our project is done. We've made 3 individual custom Mickey Halloween pillows. That pattern is on our Etsy store, so if you'd like to make these at home, we have the patterns there. Jake made his, it's glued, and he sewed it himself. Dave sewed his himself with the machine and with the thread, and Mom and Veronica helped Lukey with his, and there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Ooh. Ooh. You should say pumpkin, pumpkin. Thanks for joining us today. If you like these videos, please like, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell and you know whenever we post. I hope you're all wholly happy and healthy. God bless.